The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and more in southwestern Connecticut.
Throw away the stats, numbers, whatever you want leading up to this game. It's a rivalry night here on the HAN Network as we get set for high school hoops between the Ridgefield Tigers and the Danbury Hatters. Good evening, folks. I'm Frank Granito, and joining me tonight, a man who knows a thing or two about this rivalry. That's the former Tiger himself, Kevin Coleman. Kevin, always great when Danbury and Ridgefield get together, and what a lead up into this one. Two teams at the top of their game right now, 5-2, 2-1, tied in the conference. We got a great game on our hands tonight.
The battle for Route 7 is tonight, and it starts here at Danbury High School. First meeting between these two teams this year, and this is a game for both these schools. You know, they look at the calendar each year and they circle this game. Whether it's for Ridgefield, you know, when you think of Ridgefield, yes, they're rivals of Wilton, but this is the game that they mark on their calendar, especially when it comes to boys basketball, Frank.
Oh, and for this senior class specifically, they saw a loss to Danbury last year in overtime that ended a streak of 6 consecutive victories against the Hatters. In the last 10 meetings, Ridgefield holds a 6-4 advantage, but we figure this game is a toss-up as much as it is going to be a great one tonight. And you mentioned talking about this game mattering. Marcus Fox, the captain for the Danbury Hatters, when we met with him on our winter sports tour, this was the game he singled out he was most excited for.
And you know what? This is a night for him to show off his skills. You know, he talked about it, like you mentioned, the winter tour. Come out and prove yourself, young man. Have a great game. You know, this is a guy who really impacts the floor. He's an impact player. He is a scorer, plain and simple. That's his nickname. You know, he will go out and take advantage of a game. Look out for Marcus Fox tonight. If you're Ridgefield, got to keep an eye on him.
We will welcome Chris Cutso into the broadcast when we get back, but let's step aside quickly, and we'll take you through the starting lineups and have the opening tip-off. All of that coming up next right here on the HAN Network.
Avoid the stress of holiday planning and let your friends at Walter Stewart's in New Canaan do the heavy lifting. Whether you're looking to fill in with a few crowd-pleasing sides or you want us to prepare your whole feast, from cranberry sauce to pumpkin pie, we're ready to simplify your holiday. Place your order from our holiday menu and spend your holiday the right way, relaxing. Our fresh prepared holiday meals to go are designed with your busy schedule in mind. Visit us at stewartsmarket.com or at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Folks, this is Dr. Jeffrey Hubscher from the Noah's Ark Animal Hospital in Danbury and the South Salem Animal Hospital. There's something new and important going on at our 2 hospitals and probably eventually everywhere. It's called Fear Free. That means making sure that our pets are no longer frightened or stressed at the vet. We are Fear Free certified, the only ones in the area. We have the softer, gentler, better approach. Come see us at Noah's Ark Animal Hospital in Danbury or South Salem Animal Hospital.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Stop by our grand opening bash on Saturday, January 14th at 9 a.m. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN Network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached 1.7 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back from Danbury High School on the HAN Network, and let's go across courtside to our own Chris Kutzo, who is standing in between the benches tonight. Chris, how are you doing this evening?
Frank and Kevin, I'm doing really good, and I'm looking forward to some great Route 7 rivalry basketball, as Kevin put it.
Chris, we've got two of the top teams in the conference right now. Who are some players we should keep an eye on in this one?
Definitely Brendan McNamara for Ridgefield. He's a fast guard, he's a floor general, and he's very good at rebounding the basketball. Chris Longo is another one to look out for. He's very good at getting to the basket, and he's also very good at facilitating to the perimeter to get his Tigers open looks. For Danbury, it's definitely got to be Marcus Fox, the big man in the middle. Danbury's got 9 players that stand over 6 feet tall, so that's definitely something we got to look out for. And also Titus James returning back from injury. He's definitely going to be another one that's going to move the basketball around a lot and look to get to the rack with authority.
Thank you, Chris. And Kevin, he talked about how there are a couple Tigers to keep an eye on. This is a very balanced scoring team. They don't have a very deep roster, but they get great numbers from all 5 players in that starting rotation.
They do, and unfortunately McNamara got injured during this week during practice. That's a big loss if you're Ridgefield. And there's Essen player right there, Frank. He is the floor general. If you're watching this game, look out for him. He's the one that's calling out all the plays, barking out all the orders, and just like his older brother did, he can stroke it from 3.
And that's a great look at what you can expect from the Ridgefield offense. They will pass the ball as often, as many times as necessary. Very patient, will get open looks, and when they are on, this is a very tough team to keep up with. As the Hatters, wearing all white at home, move from left to right on your screen. Here's Marcus Fox trying to answer with a 3. No good, as controlling the rebound that time was Joseph Newborn. Tigers in the all black, the orange kicks across the board for the starting five. As you mentioned, Kevin, fresh kicks they are.
Very nice kicks, and you see both teams starting the game out man-to-man, Frank. We know how man-to-man really hurt them, the Hatters that is, against Staples. And that loss that they had, a lot of people were surprised that they ended up losing that game.
It's a very talented, nice pass there. Blocked from behind. They're going to call the travel first. And going back to that game, it's a talented Staples team. I don't know if they're at the top of the conference where many expect the Hatters to be, but they threw several different defenses at this Danbury unit, and the offense struggled that night. One of their 2 losses on the season. But talking with Coach Bach before the game, he feels very good about his group now. They're back, they're healthy. There's a nice pass here off the pick and roll. And finishing that time for the first time is Denali Burton.
Denali Burton, nice finish there. Even better pass by Hernandez. And you mentioned Staples, Frank. They're going to give a lot of good teams trouble this year. That's the identity of this team. They could spoil, a 1 or 2 seed in that tournament. So Staples is the team you got to look out for. And there it is. There's the first turnover of the game, Frank. This is the type of game for either team from both sides. You can't turn the ball over in a game like this.
And talking about Staples giving teams trouble, Chris, that's a Staples team on the road tonight at undefeated Wilton. Wilton, one of 2 undefeated teams. That's a game to keep an eye on in the FCAC.
Definitely, Frank. Wilton's been very explosive this season and has surprised a lot of people in the FCAC. We'll see how that one turns out.
Good moves inside that time from Aline. Selfless pass outside to Snow. What they're going to say was last touch by the Hatters after the miss. And it will be Ridgefield ball. Almost a little too selfless as Aline looked like he might have been able to finish at the rack there, Kev.
Yeah, unselfish pass there. He could have finished it at the rock there, just taking it up with the right hand. Couldn't quite finish it. You talk about an early presence already from the fans, Frank. This is the type of atmosphere you should expect in a small gym like this. Fans are going to be on top of you.
Up top, it's Newborn. Looking for help as he crosses back to the right side. Down low, Longo slipped behind the defense. Couldn't finish, and Aline controls the rebound. 3-2 game in favor of Ridgefield. As an open jumper here. Oh, good, and then Newborn controlled the board for a moment before Fox picked it up. Kick down low, Aline back inside, and Fox able to finish through contact.
Yeah, you see right there, Essen player tried to draw the offensive foul. Great job by Marcus Fox. And here's that man-to-man defense, that trap right here, the full court press.
And they have been high pressure to start this game, have the Danbury Hatters. The 5 on the floor for Danbury, it's Yvonne Hernandez, Jordan Aline, Cameron Snow, Marcus Fox, and Denali Burton. On the other side for the Tigers, you've got Zachary Essenplair, Joseph Newborn, Alexander Price, Chris Longo, and Nicholas Lodati. Of course, that huge injury to Brendan McNamara. It is a left foot. They're not sure the severity of that injury. They will know in the next couple of days, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But a little bit of a role reversal, Kevin, when you think about Danbury finally being healthy now, getting their players back from injury, versus Ridgefield now, who had been thriving with the small numbers and now losing a key component of their offense.
Yeah, you talk about the leading scorer of the team. McNamara is such a key part of this team. But you know what? He's a junior, which is, in a way, it's unfortunate he's going to could miss his full junior season for basketball. But they have him back from next year. And you talk about the injuries. This is a Ridgefield team that doesn't have a lot of depth, so they need to stay healthy throughout this year. And for Danbury, they get Marcus Fox back, which is huge. Titus James is on the men back, which is good to see for the Hatters.
Luke McGarity and James St. Pierre have checked in for Ridgefield. As Coach McClellan goes to the bench, kicked outside, and good patience as not forcing up a shot was Hernandez. Snow puts it on the floor, going to the rack, and able to finish off glass. It was Cameron Snow who picked up that foul. As Ladowdy converted both the free throw line. It is a 6-5 Danbury lead.
Nice job by Essen player to break that press. Great dribbling skills there.
Through several attempts at a strip and finishes at the rack. Well done by the senior.
Zach Essenplayer. Couple nice moves, finishes at the boards. Nice play there.
We got a foul down on the floor. First team foul against Ridgefield.
And it's interesting, Frank, both teams match up pretty good in size. You know, you see so far in the season, we've seen some teams be a little taller than the opponent.
Snow outside. He knocks down the open three. It is 9-7 now. Snow with 5 points. He and Essenplayer are your leading scorers early on.
Yeah, Snow making an impact these last 2 minutes. Here's that man-to-man trap there. Full court press. Good job breaking it by the Tigers.
And you've got Chris Longo playing that 4 or 5 position depending on the lineup. So athletic. We saw him in the football season. He's called for the offensive foul that time.
And he's just so athletic, Frank. And a great take there. Offensive foul. Good call by the referee, Marcus Fox. Good job planting his feet, staying still. It's fundamental basketball right there, Frank.
Second team foul now. With 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter, a 9-7 Hatters advantage.
You see the Hatters setting a lot of screens here, trying to get men open.
Controlling up top is Scalzo. Runner off the baseline and converting that time on his first touch was the junior Chris Torres.
Nice little runner by Torres there. Gets the right hand fade to go up.
Still very early, Kevin. We've seen Ridgefield battle back from some early deficits, but after a couple of turnovers, you'd like to see the Tigers convert here as Longo with an open three. Short off the iron, no good. Great job following up his own rebound, though.
And there it is, Frank. You see there's athleticism. You're going to see a lot of players go on the bench here. A couple starters taking a rest for the Tigers. But this is the start that the Hatters wanted coming into this game. They wanted to start off quick. They have a nice 11-7 lead right now. But that last offensive run there by the Ridgefield Tigers was nice. A couple of nice passes. Longo with a wide open three. Unfortunately, he couldn't connect, but an athletic play to still give the ball to Ridgefield.
And you can see the frustration from Coach Bach as obviously wanting someone to at least box out or collect the rebound there. Open look for three for Ridgefield. No good, but Ladowdy another board.
Good heads-up defense there by Torres. It's a good hustle play. It's going to stay with Ridgefield.
4-point lead in what has been a very smooth first quarter of play. Almost 6 minutes into this one. Open look again. And off the mark one more time. Missing there was St. Pierre.
And a good look by St. Pierre. Just unfortunate, just rattled out. That's a good look.
Fox working into the paint. Kicks outside to Torres. Torres up top. And he hands off there for Crandall. Back and forth they go. Bumping it down low as Fox goes up through contact and draws the foul. He will head to the line to shoot two.
And that's what he needs to do. This is the type of player he needs to be. He needs to go to the basket, draw fouls. He's such a good free throw shooter. This is where he really should take the next level to if he wants to get to the next level. Take it to the hoop, get some foul shots in there. Really nice take by Marcus Fox.
Fox is good with his first free throw.
We see a lot of players shy away from driving to the lane. Marcus Fox plays with a lot of intensity, a lot of energy. Nice job getting both free throws there.
And again, the pressure defense coming from the Hatters. They will make the Tigers run the entire length of the floor as Newborn controlling this time. Trying to feed inside as Ladowdy had it blocked momentarily, but Fox called for a foul this time.
Ladowdy using his size there. Posting up. He'll go to the line, shooting two. He's actually a very good free throw shooter, Frank.
Made his first two. This is his second trip to the stripe.
Coaches love when a center like this can go to the line and get you 2 free points.
Oh, you know who else loves it is our own Chris Kutzo. Chris, 90 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We've had a great pace of play to start this one.
We definitely have, Frank. It's been very fast-paced indeed. For Danbury, I think they just have to continue to work around the press of Ridgefield and continue to try and get to the basket. And for Ridgefield, I definitely think that they just have to move the ball and try and get to the rack with authority.
And you mentioned moving the ball there. We've seen open shots, Kevin, on those times where the Tigers have completed a swing. They haven't been as successful from behind the three-point line as they'd like to, but getting the looks they want for sure. As Snow kicks outside, and an open three now from Danbury is knocked down by Torres.
Great inside penetration there by Snow. Kicks it out to Torres. Great finish there. And you mentioned Ridgefield. A little bit of a slow start for them. Only 8 points so far. They've been unlucky from 3. Only Essen players had the only 3-pointer for the Tigers, and that was the first points of the game. And if you're Ridgefield, they're doing a nice job of breaking the press, but it's the interior defense for the Hatters that's doing a nice job.
And going back to what Chris was saying about Danbury driving to the rack and getting points in the paint, that's what opened up that last 3 there. You could see the Tigers defense starting to collapse and try to close off those easy buckets inside.
Like I said, that's what happens when you penetrate the paint. If you can get in, see an open guy out for 3 who you know can hit it, kick it out.
Clearly, the pressure causing trouble for Ridgefield as the Hatters are not allowing any easy inbounds here in this first quarter.
Right now, I'm loving the defense and the hustle by Torres right now. He is totally invested in this game right now. I love it.
Great play by Scalzo inside as they dump it back, and Fox able to finish with that offhand. .20 seconds remaining in the first quarter is an 18-8 game. And another foul called. This one will be the 4th foul against Danbury.
I'd love to know what Coach McClellan's going to have to say to his team. Whether he calls a timeout before the end of the first quarter or between quarters, he cannot be happy with the performance so far of his Tigers.
Just a couple of tough turnovers that have made life difficult. As cutting inside of the rack and able to convert that time. So the Tigers trim the lead back down to single digits. As the Hatters now look to play for the final shot. Up top is Torres. Inside. Kick down into the corner. Clock at 3 and having to throw one up from well behind the arc. No good, out of the hand of Javon Hernandez. A strong start for Danbury. The Tigers staring at an 8-point deficit. At the end of one, it is 18-10. We'll be right back with more high school hoops after this on the HAN Network.
Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Halo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Give your day a jumpstart with the latest news, sports, weather, and more on Coffee Break, live on the HAN Network, weekdays at 11 a.m. Connecticut news doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break.
Back here on the HAN Network, Tuesday night, it's a rivalry night, and that rivalry is for the battle of Route 7, Danbury and Ridgefield. 18-10 Hatter advantage at the end of one. Very few whistles, no timeouts taken in that first quarter. Up and down the court we went, Kevin. The kind of pace you like to see.
I think that may have been the fastest first quarter we've seen so far this basketball season. You talk about two teams who are so disciplined, Frank. You're seeing it right now. Not many fouls committed, not many turnovers, although Ridgefield gave up 3 in that first quarter. Look for them to start off strong here.
Inside the bucket and the foul. Strong finish. Luke McGarity gets the second quarter started. And Chris, that was the start that the Tigers needed.
That definitely was. Getting to the basket, like I said. And how about Luke McGarity, number 11, getting some early minutes, the freshman for Coach Andrew McClellan.
And, of course, they are looking up and down this roster now through freshman and JV teams for players to pick up the scoring that was lost with the McNamara injury. Freshman no good on the free throw, but good job by Ladati to grab the rebound. Hustling back for that one and able to save it this time was McGarity. Kicked up top, Newborn for three, and he gets it to go.
What a start for the Tigers here. You got the freshman going to the hoop, getting an and one, and going out and dishing a nice assist to Newborn, who knocks down the three. What a great start for the Tigers.
And again, Ridgefield with offensive rebounds. They hold a major advantage right now in that category. So we get our first look at Titus James, who's into the game for the Hatters.
Yeah, number 44 is a big impact player down there. Good on the post. And a great rebounder as well.
Makes a move to his left, spins back Rice. What a play from the big man. Just couldn't quite finish.
There it is. You saw it right there, how impactful he is in the paint. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite get that one to go in.
You're talking about an offensive and defensive lineman for that Hatters football team in the fall, but how smooth did he look on the spin move in the paint. Newborn inside, and another and one opportunity as the Tigers start the second quarter off with an 8-0 run.
And listen, if you get Newborn off to a hot start, it's pretty hard to have him come back down. He is a strong player. He's quick. We know how good. We just saw him drive the paint there and get the foul.
Knocks down the free throw. And so we are all square now, 18 apiece. Both teams staying in that man-to-man defense here into the second quarter. Down low again is the spin denied this time. James goes up off the glass and he draws the foul, and a well-deserved roar from this Hatters student section.
Nice finish there by Titus James. And Aline with a nice little dish out to him. As you see the Tigers, what they're doing is once Titus James gets the ball at the post, they're doubling him. Leaves out a guy open on the perimeter. He fakes the three, drives in, dishes it out. We get an and one situation here, Frank.
A fan favorite is Titus James, Mr. Chris Kutzo.
Absolutely.
Free throw was no good. It was a lane violation that time against Danbury, so it is Ridgefield's ball off the inbound. There's the trap. Good job by McGarity to avoid. 3 guards in the game now for Coach McClellan's Tigers with the left hand and the scoop.
How about the freshman, Frank? Woo! Pretty little move there.
Knotted up at 20 again with 5:50 remaining. Aline drives inside, hesitates, and then finishes. Back and forth we go. Neither team wanted to surrender that lead. Newborn slipped on the floor. The pass sailed away, so a tough turnover.
You see Coach McClellan just telling Essen player to slow down. Take a deep breath. This Hatters full court press right now is intimidating. So you got to relax, be composed as the point guard. But Frank, I think we're going to see this all night long between these two teams, back and forth.
Up top, Hernandez comes over to the near side with Snow. Go back again, dumped inside, here's James. Fakes one pass, kick to Snow. Inside, mid-range jumper, short off the glass, but the putback from Torres. Well done following up, sneaking behind that defense. And Chris Torres with 7 points here in the first half.
How about Torres? He's been so good so far, Frank.
Trap got him that time. Snow off to the races, lost possession. Good job getting back by Essen Players from behind.
And again, there's Torres. He was the reason why they stole the ball there, poked it away from Newborn. But nice defense by McGarity there to poke it away just at the last second.
Life being made very difficult right now for the Ridgefield Tigers in the backcourt. 24-20, 4:57 remaining. Snow for three, no good, but a foul called against Malley. So 3 shots coming from the charity stripe. And a frustrating series of events there for Coach McClellan, Chris, as he went to a younger lineup and they foul on the 3-point shot.
That it was, Frank, and you can tell with Ridgefield's team already, they're getting really tired. I mean, we talked about it in the pregame, 8, 9 players max, and they're playing a man down without McNamara. So definitely something to keep an eye out for, the stamina of Ridgefield.
Thank you, Chris. Snow missed on his first free throw attempt. Good on the second of 3. So Snow knocks down 2 of 3. Impressive free throw shooting so far. Both sides.
Both teams have been very impressive from the line, Frank, and that's something that, towards the end of the game is going to be impactful. You got to hit your free throws, as we always talk about there.
I'm starting to think that the league is paying attention. They don't want to be called out now. Foul this time goes against Denali Burton. It is his first and the team's 7th. So in the double bonus, shooting for the 1-and-1 is young Mr. Malley for the Tigers.
And listen, Frank, this is where Ridgefield can really plant their comeback here. They're in the bonus now. They get to go to the line shooting 1-and-1. Got to sink these both.
No good as Burton grabs the board, and now the Hatters want to run. Hernandez in transition and wisely turns back to slow things down. Dumped inside. James kicks out for Torres, and the 3 went all down but couldn't convert. That was in and out on that first one. Great job by Burton sticking with it, picking up his 3rd and 4th points.
And a good look by Torres there, just in and out. And a good offensive rebound by Burton. And now another turnover. The Hatters will get the ball back.
And an unfortunate turnover for Ridgefield, because if they'd looked up court, Von Reckling was standing all by himself. Chris, this half-court press has been causing all kinds of problems to the Ridgefield Tigers here.
It certainly has, Frankie. You can already tell it's taking a toll on this Ridgefield offense. They're struggling to get the ball up court and get to the basket. They're definitely wearing down over here.
Hernandez steps to his left, 3-pointer short. You know who has impressed me early on, Kevin, is Denali Burton. Been so strong on those 50-50 and loose balls, is always in the right place.
He is. He's always getting that nice offensive rebound. He's setting picks. He's involved in the offense. He's not standing still. Something that drives people crazy in basketball is when you're just standing still on the offensive end. But he's also doing a great job on defense. And how about Torres? I mean, still, I think he's been the most impactful on the floor so far for the Hatters.
3:58 remaining, and Joseph Newborn is shooting 2 free throws now for the Tigers.
And it's killing the Tigers right now from the line. Got to hit your free throws there if you're Newborn. McClellan definitely going to have some words to say during his halftime speech, I'm sure.
This was a shooting foul, so Newborn will shoot 2 here. And he gets the second one. 7 points in this second quarter now for Joe Newborn, a senior captain. The battle for Route 7 as the Hatters and Tigers duking it out here from the gymnasium at Danbury High School. Turned over as they tried to force one inside to James. Tigers back the other way, and just so much pressure from Hernandez at the top of the key. Newborn against Burton. They want to get it to Longo, who's got the mismatch. Good switch defensively, though, from the Hatters. Back inside is going to the baseline was Longo, and Burton called for the foul.
And Burton has every right to complain about that call. That was very close. But again, nice job by Longo. Pump fake, go up, draw the foul, and he did. He's going to the line shooting 2.
And you mentioned being very, very close there. I thought Burton did a strong job protecting the paint there, keeping Longo on the baseline. Had he got that shot off, it was from a very difficult angle.
It was from a difficult angle, and that's the reason why Burton is on the floor. He's not only strong on the offensive end, great on the defensive side as well.
James and Burton will grab a rest as Aline and Fox check back into the game. Longo has been held scoreless here through the first, we'll call it 15 minutes of play. And he gets that second free throw, to go. 28-22, the Danbury lead. Good eyes from Chris Longo cutting off that pass.
And Chris Longo wearing the number 34. That's actually a meaningful number for Ridgefield basketball, Frank. Of course, Tyler Ugelin, who wore Don number 35. If you're one of the captains on the varsity team, you get to wear number 34. And you're basically playing for Tyler, who unfortunately lost his life on 9/11. And, I remember how impactful 34 was when I was playing. If you're a captain, you're wearing that number, and it's so impactful. And you go up there. Of course, Tyler's number is retired at the Ridgefield High School gym. He wears number 35. So a captain will wear number 34 each year on the varsity team.
So now trailing by 6, the reverse layup, and getting on the board for the first time in the second quarter.
And again, there's Essen player again, huge impact player for this Tigers team.
Aline able to recontrol as the mid-range jumper bouncing around, no good. Grabbing the rebound was Fox. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds, though, on that end line.
And Ridgefield would love to cut into this lead. They're only down 4, amazingly enough. They would love to try and tie this game up before half.
And Chris, a well-rested starting unit for the Tigers on the floor right now, who are having success, at least on the defensive end.
Definitely, Frank. And you could tell with Chris Longo, like Kevin said, obviously the leader of this team and definitely the engine that makes this offense run.
And he knocked down the 3 right there, a huge shot from the captain.
Yes, it was.
Another turnover from the Hatters. Running in transition, going up, but lost control that time was St. Pierre, and called for a travel, so a couple of tough turnovers in a row from Danbury.
And listen, great job by Ridgefield defense these past 2 minutes or so, and a great steal by St. Pierre there. Unfortunate, tried to move to his left hand, just bobbled out. But again, with 2:10 left, these are the kind of breaks Ridgefield would love to have.
28-27. Some player up top. St. Pierre buys time and space. Shot was blocked. And now Torres controls. Hernandez going up to the rack. Little hesitation.
Ooh.
Stutter step, and he gets it off glass.
Nice job by Javon there. Pump, fake, and go. Nice move to the rack.
Nice decoy play. Three-pointer from the corner. Rattling around, no good, and then grabbing the rebound, Laudati. One more time in the corner. Short this time, might have been blocked as Price couldn't reach the rim.
Price was looking for the foul there. Nice job by Danbury.
NASCAR pace at the moment as Fox spots up a 3. Grabs his own board. Navigates through traffic, tried to scoop, and he draws the foul.
You see McClellan not happy with that call, following the ref back and forth. What an effort. Great hustle by Marcus Fox there to get his own rebound. And if you're Ridgefield, you have to box out on that. You see Essen player come up a little slow there after that collision.
Just a frantic pace from both offenses right now.
Well, Frank, both these teams want to win this game. This is for bragging rights here. These are two towns that are very close to one another. Ridgefield has had recent success against the Hatters.
Winning 6 of the last 7, and that included 6 straight between 2010 and 2015. Good board by Longo, and now a three-pointer at the other end, no good. Blocking that shot was freshly into the game, Jordan Brown. As the Tigers struggle from behind the arc. Spinning inside, and the foul!
What a move to the basket there by Aline. Spin move, draws the foul and sinks it. That puts a dagger into any defense, Frank.
First foul against Essenplair. And taking a timeout are the Danbury Hatters. It is a 5-point game, 32-27. High school hoops return right after this on the HAN Network.
Why cook it all this holiday? Avoid the stress of holiday planning and let your friends at Walter Stewart's in New Canaan do the heavy lifting. Whether you're looking to fill in with a few crowd-pleasing sides or you want us to prepare your whole feast, from cranberry sauce to pumpkin pie, we're ready to simplify your holiday. Place your order from our holiday menu and spend your holiday the right way, relaxing. Our fresh prepared holiday meals to go are designed with your busy schedule in mind. Visit us at stewartsmarket.com or at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan.
Back on the HAN Network. Less than a minute remaining in the first half. The speed dial has been turned up to 11, and the Hatters' lead is back to 5. They led by as many as 8 points in this second quarter. Let's go across towards the benches and the scoring table with Chris Cutso, who's just inside the huddles. Take us inside that Danbury huddle first, Chris.
Well, Frank, for the Danbury huddle, Coach Bach was definitely very adamant about getting defensive stops and stopping Ridgefield in transition. They've obviously had such a frantic pace, like you said, that they haven't even had a time to get tired. They've been so resilient with their offense.
Thank you, Chris. As in and out, Elaine can't convert. For Ridgefield, Kevin, it's a 5-point game. It doesn't even feel like a 5-point difference, and they're 1 or 2 3-pointers away from really being in control of this game.
And another turnover for Ridgefield, Frank. This is something they need to stop. Great finish by Titus James there for the Hatters.
Titus James with the finish there. Stolen. And James outside. Aline up top as they will slow it down. Probably playing for one shot now with 20 on the clock and a 7-point lead. Elaine almost had it taken away by Longo, and now it's Hernandez up top. 10 on the clock. James setting that pick on his left. Went down on the floor, and a travel called.
That's a break for Ridgefield there. Thought Javon was going to be able to pop up and take a shot there. And if you're Ridgefield, you'd love to go down and get one shot here without any turnovers.
Need to get this one in. McGarity with it. Check the clock. He's got to get it off. Dribbled into trouble in the corner, and it is turned over with 1/10 of a second left. Coach McClellan cannot believe it. And a disappointing finish to the half for both sides there, Chris.
Definitely, Frank. But if I'm Ridgefield, I definitely have to be content with where I'm at right now. These Hatters have pulled away twice so far, and they've managed to claw their way, wink, wink, back in this.
Well, it is a 7-point difference at the half. Danbury on top 34-27. We will step aside, but before we go to break, let's go back to our Shelton studios with our own Kate Chaplinsky for an in-game news update.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky, and this is your in-game news update on the HAN Network, bringing you the top stories for Tuesday, January 10th, including that Norwalk police are looking for 2 men who robbed a gas station at gunpoint on Friday night. On January 6th at 11:50 at night, 2 white males entered the Shore Haven Mobile and Dunkin' Donuts at 219 East Avenue. Both displayed and pointed what appeared to be semi-automatic pistols at employees and ordered them to the ground. Afterwards, both men ran from the scene, and Norwalk police are asking anyone with information to contact them at 203-854-3102. And in other news, Milford police are looking for a local man with a lengthy criminal record who is believed to have stolen a SWAT-type weapon and gear from a Bridgeport police officer's car, which was parked at his Milford home on January 4th. Police have a warrant for the suspect, 26-year-old Justin Parcell, who is believed to be traveling with his girlfriend, 18-year-old Madison Creeder of Milford. According to police, an M4 rifle, a level 3 ballistic vest, and a pair of night vision goggles were stolen from the unlocked vehicle January 4th on Booth Bay Street. The weapon has already been recovered, according to Milford police spokesman Mike DeVito. DeVito said the theft appears to have occurred sometime between 4:30 in the morning and 6:30 in the morning. DeVito said the items were recovered within 12 hours. He said police worked on it every minute and searched for Parcell for 3 solid days. The rifle and other equipment belonged to Bridgeport SWAT team member William Simpson, according to the Connecticut Post. The Post reports that Simpson has been placed on leave pending an investigation, and he could face penalties for leaving his gun in an unlocked car. Milford police say they have an active arrest warrant for Parcell and that he may have cut his hair and may have been seen in a smaller-sized pickup truck with a bed covering. You can get more on that story at milfordmirror.com. And Trumbull Police Commission Chairman Roger McGovern has resigned from the board just days before he was scheduled to go before the Ethics Commission. McGovern had been referred to the Trumbull Ethics Commission by his fellow police commission members due to his actions after a minor traffic accident in August. The commission had planned a public hearing for this Saturday, but McGovern submitted his resignation yesterday to First Selectman Tim Herbst. Herbst said he was glad the town would be able to move on and that they could finally put this matter behind them and focus on the good work of the Trumbull Police Department. However, it remains unclear exactly what effect McGovern's resignation will have on the complaint against him. Though Saturday's hearing has been canceled, the commission rescheduled the topic for January 21st. The Ethics Commission had unanimously decided back on December 14th that there was probable cause to believe that McGovern violated one or more standards in the town's code of ethics earlier this year when he allegedly impersonated a police officer and repeatedly harassed a Stop and Shop employee following a minor traffic incident. And in other news, would closing a Ridgefield elementary school save taxpayers $1 million? Well, not even close, according to the Ridgefield Press. That was the message delivered to the Ridgefield Board of Education Monday night following a presentations from consultants Malone and McBroom that reviewed school closing and redistricting scenarios. Superintendent Karen Baldwin estimated that the personnel savings from closing Scotland Elementary School, the school that the consultants selected based on a set of criteria, would result in less than $200,000 in savings. Board members wondered if the risk associated with moving 30% of elementary school students was worth it compared to the possible savings. 2 members of the board said they were against closing an elementary school and reconfiguring the district to 5 kindergarten through 4th grade elementary schools and 2 5th through 8th grade middle schools. There's a lot more on that story at therridgefieldpress.com. But that does it for this in-game news update on the HAN network. Get the latest news, sports, and more on Coffee Break weekdays at 11. This update was brought to you by Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield.
All about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Stop by our grand opening bash on Saturday, January 14th at 9 a.m. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our mortgage web center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
Want to reach new heights in your fitness and health goals? Find what you're looking for at Elevation Spin, Train, and TRX in Georgetown, Connecticut. Elevation Spin gives you purposeful spinning workouts inspired by the road. We encourage monitoring of heart rate and energy zones. Elevation also offers customized personal training with dedicated professionals passionate about helping you reach your goals. And let us motivate you to reach greater performance and functionality with TRX suspension training, using your own body weight for an incredible dynamic workout. Located at 4 Old Mill Road in Georgetown, call Elevation at 203-544-9503 or visit elevationspintraintrx.com for more.
In Sports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, In Sports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign up now for the In Sports New England Top 80 Lacrosse Showcase taking place on January 14th. Coaches from New England colleges will be scouting and coaching the recruits for the college class of 2019 and 2020. The top 40 players will be featured in All-Star Game to get maximum recruiting exposure. Spots will fill up fast, so go to insports.com for pricing and more information. Like and follow us on Facebook. Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached 1.7 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back on the HAN Network, the Hatters with a 7-point halftime lead, and joining our own Chris Kutzo now is the head coach for the Danbury Hatters. That is Casey Bach. Chris, down to you. Let's go. Chris, let's send it down to you.
Coach, that was definitely a fast half, and you guys managed to pull away twice, but Ridgefield was able to claw their way back into it. What was said about defense in the locker room?
I think we did a good job of speeding them up a little bit, but they're a well-coached team, disciplined team, and, they're not going to go away. I thought we let a couple of dribble penetration early, a couple fouls that, we didn't need to give, and let them back in the game a little bit.
Absolutely, and seeing as it was so fast-paced, would you say that you guys like playing an up-tempo offense?
Yeah, I think, we got depth, we got a lot of players, so I think our objective is to get up and down and get the game sped up.
Thanks so much, Coach.
No problem.
Thank you, Chris. And Kevin, we've obviously now understand that Danbury enjoys the pace we saw for the Tigers. Well, what do you think we'll see here in the second half? How are they going to be able to break the half-court press?
Well, that's the thing. Is Danbury going to come out and do the full court press? Excuse me. We'll see if they do that. If they, the thing that they need to do, Frank, is just control the ball. Stay composed. Don't force any silly turnovers. That's really what hurt them in the first half. We're going to see in the third quarter here what they can do and try and mount a comeback here, because they're not down by a lot, but in theory they should be.
It's only a 7-point game. We've seen them come back from 8 points twice already in that first half, so by no means out of this one. We do have an out-of-town scoreboard update, Kevin. In overtime, Wilton has lost to Staples 45-44, the first loss of the season for the Wilton Warriors. Another huge upset by the Staples Wreckers.
I think a lot of people are raising their eyebrows at that one. I'm so shocked. Great job and congratulations to the Hatters. They've beaten 2 great teams, Danbury Hatters like we're seeing here tonight, and of course the now not undefeated Wilton Warriors, who we thought were going to be able to possibly run the table this year.
And we will get our first look at Wilton next Thursday when they play against Fairfield Ward, who is now the only remaining undefeated school in the FCIAC. They have got St. Joe's tonight at home, and not a tricky St. Joe's team as well. Do not sleep on the Cadets, Kev.
Yeah, Cadets are a good team. We know just from watching them last week, they're a fast team. Very strong team to play, but Fairfield Ward, again, they're going to be a team to beat this year.
Kevin, correction, the Wilton girls have lost in overtime to Staples. The dream matchup for next Thursday is still alive. The Wilton boys team leading 39-17 at the moment.
We're getting fooled over here, Frank.
Misread a tweet on that one. Our apologies there. It's going up for the slam, no good. 3-pointer from Snow, off the mark. And Simplar wants to run. Pump fake for a moment. And now a 3-point look. No, driving to the rack all the way around. Pass deflected out of bounds, and with 6:09 we get a stoppage. 38-27. It was Jordan Aline who attempted to bring the house down, and you could feel the roof on the building getting ready to be blown off. A timeout has been taken by the Ridgefield Tigers. We will take it as well. 6:09 remaining in the third. More high school hoops after this on the HAN Network. Back on the HAN Network, it is 38-27 in favor of the Hatters. They have scored all 4 points here in the second half. Let's go across to Chris Kutzo, who was inside the Ridgefield huddle. Chris, what did you hear?
Just trying to keep an up-tempo offense and get to the basket. Obviously, they're playing from behind, so they definitely have to continue to penetrate and try and get to the basket because they haven't had success shooting the ball.
Thank you, Chris, as after the restart now. Tigers back on possession, working down low. Ladowdy draws the foul. This one will go against Fox. It's his second, the first foul here in the second half.
And listen, Frank, if I'm the head coach, if I'm McClellan, or if I'm Zach Essen player trying to, get this offense going, it's got to start with Ladowdy here. Get him the ball down the post. He, use his size advantage. He's probably the tallest guy on the court right now. Use that advantage. Get him down low, try and get a nice little post play. If not, like we're seeing here, he goes to the line shooting 2.
And he knocks down both from the charity stripe. He is 5 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. That is where all 5 of his points have come from. And as encouraging as it is seeing him shoot that well from the free throw line, Kevin, you need to see him get involved a little more offensively, as you just said.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to get him involved. Use the size. How many times have we seen, teams like, for example, Norwalk with Gutulski? Use him. He's trying to get involved in the offense. They're not kicking him the ball enough. And again, here's Burton using his size down low. He's one of the leading scorers coming out of the half, going to the line shooting 2.
And such a rarity and an advantage to have that big man standing at 6'7", 6'8", or taller. And yet, in today's game of basketball and the way it is played, it's 4 guards on the court. Teams want to run in transition. The pull-up 3 is much cooler than the layup or that skyhook.
And believe me, I understand. A lot of people love watching, guys chuck up a 3 and the fancy plays, but when it comes down to, if you want to win, you got to get it down low as well. Got to play big.
Newborn went to the baseline, draws a foul as the pace of play is slowed down here at the start of the second half.
And I think that benefits Ridgefield in a way. They need to slow the pace down a little bit, get the offense running, because Danbury continuing to move fast.
Ridgefield struggled at the free throw line at the end of the second half there. Newborn a victim of it as well, and this time he is off the mark. Short, no good.
And the free throws are killing the Tigers right now. They got to get back into this game, and it starts with going to the line. But when you get to the line, you actually got to hit those free throws.
Newborn 0 for 2. Aline almost gave it away. Onto the foul. A play on ruled here with 5:10 remaining in the third. 10-point advantage for Danbury. Battle for Route 7 as Hernandez did well snagging that one with the right hand. Snell, pull up from the mid-range. In and out, no good. Ladowdy the board. Now the Tigers look to run. Longo going to drive. Had it poked away. They're going to say it stays with the Tigers.
Now Ridgefield taking Ladowdy out, moving small now. Danbury has the size advantage now, Frank.
Well-designed play for Longo off the inbound, and he converts the three.
Great play there.
Coach McClellan.
Great call there. You see Essenplayer putting up his hand for that play call, and that worked out perfectly.
7-point game the way we started this third quarter. Inside, nice pass down low. Fox with the reverse, and it's back to 9.
They're just dissecting this zone offense, this 2-3 zone of the Tigers to a T.
St. Pierre in the lane. Had it blocked by Fox. Passes up to Hernandez. And he had it blocked in transition. Good job getting back that time by St. Pierre. Essemplari. Pocket pass down low. Von Recklinghausen. No good short.
Von Reckling's got to finish that. A nice move. A good dish by Essemplayer. He's trying to motivate his team right now, Frank, on both ends of the court.
And it's not for a lack of opportunities, Kevin. It is a low shooting percentage right now that is handicapping this Tigers offense.
And, it's also handicapping the Hatters, too, coming into the half. They actually shot pretty well in the first half from the perimeter. They've gone a little cold to start off the second half here.
Timeout is going to be taken by Coach Bach. Wants to talk it over. Not the offensive set he was looking for. Good defense from the Tigers. Let's step aside as well with 3:19 remaining. It is 41-32 in favor of Danbury. We'll be right back after this on the HAN Network.
Hi, folks. This is Dr. Jeffrey Hubsher from the Noah's Ark Animal Hospital in Danbury and the South Salem Animal Hospital. There's something new and important going on at our two hospitals and probably eventually everywhere. It's called Fear Free. That means making sure that our pets are no longer frightened or stressed at the vet. We are Fear Free certified, the only ones in the area. We have the softer, gentler, better approach. Come see us at Noah's Ark Animal Hospital in Danbury or South Salem Animal Hospital.
Back in the gymnasium at Danbury High School. Last year's FCAC tournament runner-up, the Danbury Hatters. They were the number 1 seed in that tournament before falling to number 6 West Hill in the championship. West Hill's second consecutive conference title. Danbury was a semifinalist in the state tournament. They lost to eventual state champion, the Hill House Academics. And Hill House team, the same team that eliminated Ridgefield in round number 2 of the states.
And listen, this is a Hatters team that like to get back there and get revenge on what they thought was theirs. But a great job again by West Hill, and that was such a good game. And of course, we have that game Friday night, Frank. I'm looking forward to that game. I think a lot of people are.
Should be a great one, as we'll get to see Danbury again when they do travel to West Hill. As going up strong, drawing the foul. West Hill is currently 3-2 overall in the year. They're 1-1 in the conference. They play at Norwalk tonight, who has been struggling. Losers of 4 of their last 5, trying to find that first win in FCAC play. Again, the Hatters 5-2, 2-1 this season in the conference game.
And that's actually going to be an interesting matchup between these two teams, West Hill and Danbury. Looking forward to seeing how Danbury deals with a team who can really shoot from the perimeter like we saw last week, Frank. against Central. Both these teams move quick. It's going to be interesting to see, who comes up on top. If it's going to be close, if it's going to be, one team pulls away early. Looking forward to that matchup.
Obviously, Jahari Grant will play a big role for West Hill, but it will be a major size advantage tilted to the Hatters in that one.
It will. We know how, this is a West Hill team that doesn't have a lot of size. A lot of teams are struggling this year. If you think about it, Frank, a lot of teams are missing that big center. They have a lot of teams are playing with, small forward playing center.
And it's, again, the evolution, though. You've got 5 guys, and you're seeing it right now with Wilton better than anyone else. They've got 6 or 7 guys capable of shooting it from outside the arc or anywhere in the gym. And they're going to make you run. They'll try to beat you in transition. And they force you, if you are going to use that big man inside, life is going to be made difficult. They're going to force you to pass it back out and keep up shooting threes with them.
And listen, we'll see if Staples can take them down tonight. It's going to be interesting to see what the Staples team can do, because we know how good defensively they are. On the offensive end, it's another story. But can they shut down the perimeter shooting of the Wilton Warriors that we know so far has been very good?
And we'll have a score update for several of those out-of-conference games for you at the start of the fourth quarter. But Chris, as our director Eric Gendron said, Wilton is like the Warriors. They just want to sit outside and shoot the three with everybody.
They've been, like I said, the surprise of the FCIAC, Frank. I'm very excited to see that game next week. And also, like Kevin said, West Hill and Danbury, a rematch on Friday night.
And, of course, we'll get our first look at Fairfield Ward, the other undefeated team. Keep an eye out for Trinity Catholic, who we haven't seen yet. We'll have them early on in February. The Crusaders lost their first game of the year last week against this Tigers team. They, along with Danbury, Chris, were a early season favorite as the preseason pick for the conference championship.
Without a doubt in my mind. And from what I'm seeing tonight, Danbury is definitely got to be very high on my list for FCIAC favorites there.
Not the prettiest bucket in the world, but Ridgefield Tigers won't be choosers at the moment. They'll credit Von Reckling with that one.
Good hustle play by Von Reckling. Yes, they'll take a basket no matter how ugly it is at this point, Frank.
Snow working off the pick, throws up the three. Rattled in and out, no good. Newborn with an opportunity to run now. Kicks it outside. Open look in the corner. Off the mark, tip back again. Von Reckling, a couple of big possessions, and another timeout taken as Coach Bach is fuming just off the bench. 1:19 remaining. The lead back down to 7. We'll step aside and be right back with more high school hoops after this.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Back at Danbury High School in the gym for the battle for Route 7. Not getting a shout out yet tonight, but a group who certainly deserves it. The Danbury Hatter cheerleaders have been tremendous all night long, keeping the student section involved and a great job at halftime. We're looking forward to February 4th when we will be covering the cheerleading championships for this year's FCIAC crown. Should be a lot of fun getting to see the girls and boys compete.
And I think what I'm most looking forward to that is when we get to see our own Frank Granito get out there on the pad itself, do a couple twirls. Looking forward to that.
I will just try to come out of the FCIAC championship with one of those teams teaching me how to do the perfect cartwheel.
There you go.
That is my New Year's resolution for 2017. I would like to do a perfect cartwheel.
Maybe a somersault mixed in there as well.
Some tumbling, as the girls would say. Snow working off the dribble to the rack. He's off the mark there. I tell you what, Chris, with Eric Gender to my left, we've got Marty Hersom here as well, Josh Fisher behind us. We could put together a pretty good routine for that championship.
I certainly think we can, Frank. And I think you're the best man for the lead role.
I'm probably the most likely to be thrown through the air if that were the case. Been told I'm very aerodynamic. So with under a minute remaining in the third, Longo kicks outside. Good job by Newborn. Finds the open McGarity for three. No good. Another offensive board and then dribbled off the foot of Newborn. And contrary to the Tigers' belief, it is going to be Danbury ball.
And I thought Newborn was going to put that up right away instead of bringing it back down. And he had the idea of bringing it back down, pump faking, try and draw the foul, but it goes off his foot.
We'll see if the Hatters play for one shot or if they want to be aggressive, but a foul down low. Might have been an offensive foul against Titus James.
A break for the Tigers here, down 7. Under 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. And a big fourth quarter is coming up for these two teams, as the Hatters just can't seem to pull away. The Tigers continuing to crawl back. And again, this is the type of play the Tigers need to stay away from, a turnover regime here. They've been doing a lot of that today.
And it is the half-court press that has just caused all kinds of fits. Ridgefield has not had an easy inbound once today. St. Pierre trying to spin out of trouble down in the quarter as he works against Scalzo. 15 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Now it's Newborn on the right wing. Looking for help. Clock down to 7. Hands off to Longo. He's going to try to drive and get to the rack, but a foul on the floor with 4 seconds left. Not a bad foul here. Only the 14th foul.
No, not a bad foul at all. You have Longo using all his athleticism and momentum going towards the basket. You foul him before he takes a shot. Now you get an inbound under the basket. We'll see if they draw something up here to get either Newborn or Essen player the ball.
You possibly try to go with a little jump ball here to Ladowdy. It's that same play we saw before as Longo put it on the floor. He's got to get it off. No good. I thought maybe they try to throw it up, see a little tap back from Ladowdy there, but they couldn't convert. So the lead sits at 7 as we head to the fourth quarter. Don't go away just yet, because if you were with us Friday night, you saw how quickly one of these leads could disappear. Danbury 43, Ridgefield 36. The battle for Route 7 continues right after this on the HAN Network.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign up now for the InSports New England Top 80 Lacrosse Showcase taking place on January 14th. Coaches from New England colleges will be scouting and coaching the recruits for the college class of 2019 and 2020. The top 40 players will be featured in All-Star Game to get maximum recruiting exposure. Spots will fill up fast, so go to insports.com for pricing and more information. Like and follow us on Facebook.
So back for the start of the fourth quarter. It is a 7-point Hatter lead. And Kevin, last Friday night we saw the Norwalk Bears in a similar situation before a 22-8 run from the St. Joe's Cadets that flipped the script for the comeback win.
Hey, go back to that game Friday night at St. Joe's. How about that third quarter by Norwalk? You almost thought they were going to run away with that. And then you come out, St. Joe's comes out that fourth quarter. Tons of resiliency. Great job there. A great comeback and a great win at home for St. Joe's. You know, we could see Ridgefield. They have the talent to do that. But this Danbury Hatters defense has been so good so far tonight.
It'll be an even tougher challenge without Brendan McNamara, their leading scorer. It's trapped down low, now kicked outside. Ladowdy, turn around in the middle, and he gets his first field goal of the night. Couldn't have come at a better moment.
Yeah, keep getting him the ball down low. He's got the size advantage, even over Titus James. He's got a nice little lefty hook there. Smooth down low for Ladowdy.
Inside, and the mid-range jumper is good. Connecting that time was Burton.
How about Burton with that spin move jump shot? Good for 2. Nice move.
Chris, you were inside Coach McClellan's huddle coming out of the fourth quarter. What was the message to the Tigers team trailing by 7?
It definitely was that they can't settle for shots. They have to move the ball around efficiently and come off of screens and set picks so that way they can get uncontested open looks and look to get their way back into this game.
Thank you, Chris. We'll come back to you shortly for a look inside that Danbury huddle. As a nice play inside, Exemplar converts on the left-hand side.
Pretty move by player there. Good look right there by Javon Hernandez. You see Ridgefield coming down with pace.
Three-pointer in the corner, short again. Collecting his own rebound, but they are going to say unable to reestablish possession that time was Alex Price. Price has been held scoreless tonight, Kevin.
Frustrating night for Price. He definitely just wants to be able to help his team out win. So far, he hasn't been able to, but if he wants to help out big, he's got to come up on the defensive end.
So here's Hernandez up top, trying to find James, who was posting up. They couldn't get it inside. Scalzo. They go back up top and reset with Torres. No rush here. James wants it down low, but a three-pointer on the way, and it's good from Torres.
How about Torres? He's been the one I've been so impressed with tonight. Out of every ball player here tonight. Non-starter coming off the bench. And here he is here.
And again, it's Torres. And quickly needing to take a timeout are the Tigers. The lead back to double digits. It's a 10-point game with 5:29 remaining. We'll step aside and be right back with high school hoops after this on the HAN Network.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our mortgage web center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The lead is 10. Bragging rights on the line for the HAN Network's rivalry night with Danbury and Ridgefield battling it out. Don't forget, tomorrow night we are right back with you. Girls hockey back on the air, and we've got another great one, too. The top teams in the conference, Greenwich and New Canaan. That game is at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Chris Cato Kalin and John Kovach will join myself to bring you all the coverage. The Hatters with a 10-point lead as Longo goes to the rack, and the foul, got it to go. Big bucket from the senior captain.
Yeah, you said it right, Frank. Big bucket there by the captain, Longo. They have to drive, penetrate to the hoop. Gets up there, gets the N1. Pretty play.
Chris, not the start Danbury wanted out of that timeout, especially with an opportunity to really push the Tigers to the brink.
No, it most certainly wasn't the start they wanted coming out of the timeout. Obviously for Ridgefield, it's been that they've been able to slow down their offense a little bit and reestablish a rhythm, but Danbury just plays so fast that they've gotten Ridgefield out of their comfort zone.
And we're seeing Ridgefield now turn the pressure up themselves. As stumbling down to the ground that time was Cameron Snow. They're going to call, it appears it was Newborn for a foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Newborn unhappy with that call. And another player I've really been impressed with too is Marcus Snow. Really does a great job of penetrating to the hoop, drawing some fouls.
Torres up top. He has 10 points off the Hatters bench. Driving to the rack was Torres. No good. Drawing the foul, though. It's going to be the fourth foul. Nope. Correction, they're going to get McGarity, not Ladati. So it's only the third foul against McGarity. And Kevin, we do have an out-of-town score for you. Greenwich is a winner, 58-51. over Fairfield Ludlow. At the end of 3, we can end all the confusion now. Wilton 67, Staples 27. We have an injured Tiger on the floor. We'll step aside quickly, and we'll be back after this on the HAN Network.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Back here on the HAN Network, you can see Nick Ladowdy favoring that left leg. This is an injury that the Tigers can really not afford, Kevin.
You know, this is definitely an injury they cannot afford. You talk about McNamara, who could possibly be out for the rest of the year. Now Ladowdy, their biggest player size-wise. He could be, hopefully not out for too long. We'll see. Hopefully he can come back into this game with a little over 4 minutes to go. But yes, Frank, that's an injury they'd like to see be shortened, if anything.
And they've got him heading over towards the training staff. Looks like they might be trying to tape that ankle up. We'll let Chris Kutzo do a little investigative journalism, and we will check in with him shortly on that injury. Torres was good for 2 from the line, Kev, to lead back to 9. He's up to 12 points in the game. That leads all scorers. 4:45 remaining. Longo to the rack. Goes up strong, no good. McGarity had it knocked away. And here's Torres in transition again. Goes up with the left hand. No, the foul was on the floor.
And that's a good foul by Essen player there.
How good has this junior been, though? Chris Torres on both ends of the court tonight.
And coming into the game, obviously the headlines are going to be Marcus Fox, Titus James. Tonight, he stole the show, I think, in terms of key players and impact players for the Hatters.
Nice pass there from Fox that time. Worked all the way around. And unable to convert on the open look was Burton. But it was last touched by a Tiger, and Danbury will maintain possession.
And I think tonight we saw the Hatters really out-hustle the Tigers. I thought the Hatters did a great job on the boards on both ends, taking some offensive rebounds and obviously getting some good defensive rebounds and moving in transition.
A lot of time left, though. 4:20 on the clock in a 9-point game. Ridgefield is going to have to get going now, though, if they want to come back. As Snow crossed over his man, but Longo poked it away. Here's Burton trying to go to work. Inside, but a foul on the floor called. And when we've got a sec, let's go across for an injury update with Chris Kutzo.
I have an injury update on Nick Ladowdy. It seems that he's rolled his ankle over. He's taping it up, and it doesn't appear to be serious. He looks like he's going to try and get back out there, Frank.
Thank you, Chris. We'll keep an eye on that. Good to see that it's nothing too severe at the moment.
And we see that injury all the time here in basketball. You roll your ankle. It's going to happen if you're a ball player here. So it's good to see that Ladowdy could potentially get back into this game.
2 good free throws from Burton, and the lead up to double digits again. And Ladowdy, Kev, is actually one of the few Ridgefield Tigers who are wearing those high-cut sneakers. So a little shocking when you think about it. You've got 4 players on the court right now in those low-cut shoes where you're very susceptible to rolling the ankle.
Yeah, you see a bunch of players wearing ankle guards. You see Essen player wearing it. One on his right ankle. But you're right, those low-cut sneakers can get you that rolled ankle, or it happens. But yes, you're starting to see a lot of players wear these types of shoes now, and you wonder, is that why we're seeing a lot of injuries in this sport now, especially with ankles? And these players have to be careful taking care of their bodies during the game, not only in game but especially at practice. Of course, McNamara hurting himself in practice this past week for the Tigers.
Newborn knocks down his second free throw. We have a final score in that Wilton Staples game. The Warriors remain undefeated, a 77-41 victory on top of Staples, now 7-0 on the season.
What a start for the Warriors. I'm looking forward to watching them play.
Newborn up top for three, no good. That's some Player the rebound. Now Longo for the corner three. Still off the mark. Snow with the rebound, and it was poked away by Longo.
Been so impressed with Longo's hustle tonight. May not show up on the stat sheet, but he really has done a great job trying to get that ball for the Tigers.
Quick foul here against the Hatters. It was on McGarity. That is his fourth foul. Needs to be careful. And Longo back at the line, looking to add to his total. Off the mark, but an offensive rebound.
And there it is, Frank. Plain and simple, that's what Danbury's been so successful tonight, the offensive rebounding. Tigers, plain and simple, are just not boxing out.
And wisely taken back outside by Burton. Crossed over Longo, scoop, little finger roll at the rack. Nicely done.
Burton done a great job tonight. And again, another turnover. That's just a play that the freshmen like to have back, plain and simple.
And Chris, this was a game that I felt a lot closer than it looked, or the scoreboard read in that first half, but Danbury has really taken it to the Tigers and proven a point here in the second half.
It definitely seems that it's been very marginally close for the remainder of the game, but Danbury has certainly asserted their dominance here in the second half. But on Marcus Fox, I have another injury update. He's playing with a blister from what it appears on his right hand. He just had the trainer wiping off blood off his shorts. So we'll look to see if that affects him later on in this game.
It'll be interesting to see if Coach Bach even goes back to him now with 2.5 minutes remaining. Thank you, Chris. But whatever was said in the locker room during that halftime break, Kev, it turn this into a statement win, what is looking like a statement win right now for the Hatters. They charge here.
It is a statement win, Frank. Absolutely. They're coming out beating a rival at home. This is a game that they, we talk about Marcus Fox, and you talked to him during the winter tour. He circled this game out on the calendar. They wanted to come out and win this game, and they came out early, doing a great job putting pressure on the Tigers right away, and they never really took their foot off the gas pedal. A great effort tonight by the Hatters. They have to be happy with the performance that they put on tonight at home.
Snow down low. Worked outside to a lane. He's up off the glass. No good. Got his own board in the second effort. Got it and the foul. And now the size is just rubbing it in. (60-44) with 2:09 left in the fourth.
This is not going to be an easy ride home for the Tigers. With 2:09 left, anything can happen, especially in this game of basketball. A lot of time left. But, McClellan's definitely going to have a rough practice for these Tigers these next couple days as they look to improve. But it's the boxing out and getting out hustled by their opponent that really killed them tonight.
Another miss here and a hard foul against Longo. 2:01 remaining. Kev out of town. Ward is up 36-24 on top of St. Joe's. That's at the end of 3 quarters. Next up for Ridgefield, they go home, where they will see Fairfield, Ludlow, and Greenwich. Both those teams with sub-500 records at the moment. Then they are on the road at McMahon. That should be a good one on January 20th. Ridgefield's going to fall to 2-2 in conference play, but they'll still be up at the top of the Western standings.
This is a team that's, they're improving. They have a lot of, they have a mix this year. They have a mix of young guys and, veterans. And I think they're going to all have to get used to playing with one another. I think, tonight we saw some flashes of really strong play. And again, we saw some flashes of, a lot of turnovers and, getting out hustled and, just watching the ball tonight. I think, they're going to go back and maybe watch a little film of this game. And I think that could help them for games to go. And, you talk about games upcoming, Fairfield, Ludlow, and Greenwich. Those aren't going to be, easy games for these Tigers, especially if they play the way they did tonight.
Well, an extra boost of confidence will definitely come from the fact that the Tigers are 3-0 at home this year. So the Tigers' lair has been very good to Ridgefield so far, and they will hope to build off that.
And the Tigers' den, to be exact.
Correction. Sorry, yes.
It's always a fun student session, Frank. They were voted best student session in the FCAC for a reason a couple times, but I think we've seen a lot of good student sessions, especially here tonight. Danbury, they've helped this Hatters team bring a lot of energy to the court.
I would like to see the paperwork and documentation of Ridgefield having the best student section, but that's just a good old New Canaan boy talking. Minute 41
I'll
remaining.
get that for you.
For Danbury, Denali Burton is a name we've called so many times, just quietly going about his business. He's up to 14 points now, leading all scorers. And while I would argue Bussey's bomb squad might take top pride, I think Chris Kutzo has got something to say about the Black Knight Army there at Stanford High.
Listen, Frank, I established Black Knight Nation, so don't you dare count out those Black Knights just yet.
I'd like to see documentation of that, Kutzo, all right?
I promise, I have the paperwork.
All 17 schools in this conference do such a great job supporting their student athletes. It makes all the atmospheres that much more fun when we get there, and especially on rivalry nights like tonight. The Hatters will win their second in a row against Ridgefield. They're going to improve to 6-2 on the year, 3-1 in the conference. As Hernandez's handles on display now. Snow beat his man off the dribble, kicked outside. An offensive foul called, but it's all just a formality now. Down the stretch with 64 seconds remaining.
And in the background, you can hear that student session for the Hatters. Still giving their Hatters a lot of love with a minute 4 left. A great performance tonight by the Hatters. Really impressed. Wasn't sure what to really expect. I thought it was going to be a really good matchup, of course. The Hatters really surprised me tonight, especially with the guys who you wouldn't expect, like a Torres, like a Burton. Guys who really showed up tonight. And, just said Torres' name. He's on the court right now, but I think, he wins the Hustle Award tonight. He's definitely put up some nice points, but it's the stuff you don't see on the stat sheet that really caught my eye tonight, Frank.
Danbury will move to 4-0 on their home court. They go on the road to West Hill Friday night. The HAN Network will be there for a rematch of the FCAC Championship. Tip-off set for 7. We will be on the air at 6:45 with a special pregame show. Then they are at Darien. Darien holds a 30-21 lead at the half against Trinity Catholic right now, who is trying to avoid a losing streak after that 4-0 start. And then they will be back home, will the Hatters, against St. Joe's. For Ridgefield, this was a tough scenario across the board. You get a healthy Hatters team who was very comfortable and starting to find their groove, and they had to readjust on the fly and find a way to replace the scoring of McNamara. And that's something that just will not be accomplished overnight, Kevin.
It's not. It's going to take a lot of work, especially in practice. I discussed maybe watching some tape. That made, they could watch this game over again maybe look at some things that went wrong, try and diagnose, some things. Coach McClellan's going to have some work to do at practice this week. These players are going to have to, be prepared for a lot of running. But, for this Hatters team, you're right, Frank. They're just starting to get into their groove, getting all their guys healthy. Titus James didn't start off the year with the team. He was hurt. You talk about Marcus Fox, a little banged up. But it's the guys off the bench that really provided, the big points tonight. And I've really been impressed, and this could help them down the road.
A big win for the Danbury Hatters. They win the Battle of Route 7, 63-49. Let's step aside quickly. When we get back, Chris Kutzo will be joined with our player of the game right after this on the HAN Network.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook. Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Halo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
We are back on the HAN Network. We go across the way to Chris Kutzo, who is joined with our player of the game tonight. That is Chris Torres, the junior from the Danbury Hatters. Chris, take it away.
Chris, this was definitely a big win for you guys. You yourself are a junior, but this team is so senior-laden. What can you say about the team getting so good over the course of 1 year?
We just kept working hard. Every day in practice, we just busted our butt, and we just kept getting better.
What can you take away from this game in order to play West Hill on Friday?
We got to limit turnovers and definitely make our layups and make our free throws, because that's what we missed today.
What can you say about the role that Denali Burton, Marcus Fox, and Titus James play on the floor when they're out there?
They play big. They play amazing. They're definitely big pieces of this team. Without them, we can't do much.
And you yourself have a pretty good jump shot, and you were getting a lot of looks at 3. What can you say about the ball movement from the team and the pace of play?
Coach every day tells us just not play selfish and just pass the ball around and look for the open shot. And that's what we did today.
Chris, enjoy the win, and we'll see you Friday.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Chris. Kevin, I can retire right now. He said it best. Got to make our free throws.
Thank you, free throws. Yeah, that's something that Ridgefield couldn't do tonight. If they did, maybe that game's a little closer. And, great interview again. Chris Kutzo doing a great job, interviewing Torres there. But, great effort tonight by the Hatters. I'm looking forward to seeing them again on Friday.
A big win for Danbury, and now they focus all their efforts on that FCX Championship rematch. A 63-49 winner as Danbury takes home the Battle of Route 7. They're back in action Friday at West Hill at 7 o'clock. We will be there on the call. Before that, we've got your coffee break, 11 a.m. with Kate Japlensky. CT Pulse with Kate and Josh Fisher at 12:30. Nutmeg Sports, Kevin will join me there. And girls hockey tomorrow night from the Darien Ice House, Greenwich and New Canaan. We thank you for watching. For Kevin Coleman, Chris Kutzo, our director, Eric Gendron, I am Frank Renito. We'll see you tomorrow morning right here on the HAN Network.